Hey guys, morning. Well, at last some of the conditions are starting to come right. Had 2 days of southwest. I went down yesterday onto the beach with the Zodiac, and yeah, the water was still 16.8, but it was coming up. I had a shot at a really nice cob, and I lost the fish, unfortunately. Got it tangled up in the props. I'll show you what happened there. And yeah, I'm heading down this morning. I see there's a little bit more swell than yesterday, so it's probably going to be pretty big down at the river mouth. But yeah, I'm so stoked to be back and fishing again. Yeah, the water looks like I'm just coming down the hill, the water looks like it's cleaned up a little bit more, so it's probably come up another degree or two, which is great because that's what you need for the fish to turn on. So yeah, I've been having a heap of problems with the Zodiac. The Zodiac's almost 30 years old, and the glue on the Zodiac is pretty much past sell-by date. So I've had a lot of leaks, still struggling with one that I can't find. A bit early today. I want to try and see if I can get some baits. I didn't see any garrick on the surface yesterday. I think the water was still just too cold. I think another 2 degrees Celsius warmer and we'll start seeing them on the back line as well. I'll come back into the area when this water warms up. But yeah, it's been such a tough summer, man. It's been so difficult to get going, and with all these onshores, I see we got 1 or 2 heavy onshores in the week next week. But at least we're starting to go into a pattern where there's more southwesters now, and we should start to see some swell too. So yeah, let's go and see what's happening on the beach today. Hopefully we don't mess up and lose a fish like we did yesterday. We got one on. The problem now is we're in a pretty dangerous area. I'm sort of surrounded by surf here. One in. It's got to be super careful here. I'm right in the surf. And this current's taking me out, so got to be super careful here. And the swell's actually picking up, and I'm in a bad place here. See the swell. Very difficult to film like this. I think it's easier with a head cam. I think it's way easier with a head cam. And yeah, I don't know how much you can see there. It's coming up onto the leader now. Feels like a reasonable cob too. Yeah, it's a reasonable size cob, eh? Look at that. Woohoo. This is where head cam works better. Be super careful here. Big surf here, got a fish on here, and yeah, this is pretty hectic. I'm trying to just keep control of this. I'm in a really tough little place. You don't normally fish in an area like this. A really tough place. You're gonna get knocked over here very easily. Water in the duck. Keep control of this fish at the same time with one hand here. I'm reversing here. Fish in the boat quickly, otherwise I'm going to get into trouble here. Not a nice little spot this. Generally when the setup's good on the beach, you've got an entry channel and an exit channel off the edge of these horseshoe banks. This was a little blind channel, so it was very shallow on the little area, and yeah, I didn't have any safe place to fight this. Asking for shit, yeah. I've got it caught in the prop. Now I've got problems. Oh, lost it. Lost it. After losing the fish, I had to pick my way through the backline with the ever-increasing swell and find a safe place so I could resort out my tackle. Yeah, well, we got it caught in the prop and I've actually lost the fish. Yeah, it was a really difficult place, and yeah, I was taking a massive chance there. Yeah, that's a pity, man. I've just lost my lure, and Tommy's probably pissed off with me because I've taken that cob right off from underneath him, and it's actually got the Rapala stuck in its mouth, which is not great. And the swell's getting pretty big down here, so the swell's starting to kick in. It's what they forecast for today. We thought we were going to surf today. And yeah, I can see there's a lot more swell down here. Shit, man, that was a pity. I'm gonna have to re-rig here because I've lost my leader. Oh man, that was pretty extreme for a while. Yeah, it's just a really bad area, man. Shit, wasn't a great start to the day. Great start in that we got a fish on. Didn't get it. That's why I call this extreme fishing. It's not for every Joe, that's for sure. You get caught in that surf like that, you get rolled over pretty quickly. Ask me, I've been there. So yeah, that wasn't great. Anyway, let's get this rig sorted out. I'll chat later. Now, the one thing I did realize yesterday when we were trying to fight that fish in that surf, I've put a few spots where you can put the GoPro up on the boat, but man, it's so difficult to film in those conditions. With the head cam, you get so much movement because you're always looking, and you know the boat's spinning around, we're being hit by the surf. If you put it on a fixed mount, you're always invariably pointing in the wrong direction. So yeah, it's not easy, especially on your own, trying to film this kind of stuff, and taking two people on the Zodiac in those conditions is not easy as well. The boat becomes less responsive, and yeah, I don't have the same, I can't be that quick in turning and getting out of the way of the surf and that. So yeah, yeah, it's very difficult. It's not easy when you're doing it on your own. So yeah, often miss the pictures I want because we're facing in the wrong direction. But yeah, I've got the chest cam on today. We'll try a bit more with the chest cam, but it's super difficult because I straddle the Zodiac, and sometimes you having to turn sort of sideways and you end up not getting the shot. So yeah, well, I'll just be happy if we get a fish. See, the tide's pretty high. Hopefully just give me a chance to get a couple of baits quickly, and then we head down to the beach. On your own, plenty to do. turn around. Gotta pull that pin out, mustn't forget. The shitty thing about being on your own is that the boat gets knocked back up the beach while I'm parking the vehicle, and yeah, it's always touch and go whether it gets knocked so far that you can't get it off on your own. So today we got lucky, but yeah, let's go and see if we can get some bait quickly. I don't want to mess around too much. I want to be there early today and have a quick look on the bait marks, see if we can get a mackerel or a couple of moss bunker. I see the water's up to 18 degrees, so it's come up almost 2 degrees from yesterday, which is what I expected with the southwest. It's still not a great color, but we've got a perfect tide today. Let's just hope the fish are there and there aren't too many guys on the bicycles. Right, let's go and get some bait. Yeah, so I've got a little area out here with some little rocks and stuff here that we find bait on. I'm just seeing a bit here now, and what I'll do is just sound around until I find a few scratches. It's normally moss bunker and mackerel and some other odds and ends around here. So yeah, that's all I'm going to be doing now, just looking to see if we can get a couple of small baits. I've got a little bait well on the boat, which is very small, just a little bin that I put on the front of the boat, and yeah, I'll keep the liveys alive in that, hopefully, until I need them later. What's nice is it also puts a little bit of weight on the nose of the boat, which helps it trim a little bit better when I'm in the surf. Get the nose down quickly if I have to go quickly. Actually works better than having nobody on the boat. Doesn't look like too much here now. I'm a bit worried that we're still going to have cold water on the bottom here, because it's been cold for so long, and often we get these thermoclines that stay on the bottom, that lie, so the water lies on the bottom of the, and on top it's warm. We've got 18 here now, but meanwhile still down below it's still like 6-7 degrees, you know, and that often happens. Yeah, I'm not getting any bites here. I'm gonna have a quick look around. Yeah, so you never really know until you get out here, but yeah, we've had so much cold water, it wouldn't surprise me if I struggled to get bait today. But yeah, that's all part of the game, eh? You never really know with this stuff, unfortunately. You just got to come out, have a look. Oh, there's a nice little reading there. Oh man, I've got past it already. There's lots of little bricks here, and you just got to search around. Here's a bit of a reading. You just got to search around until you find something. You get good cob out here as well. This is where the old-time fishermen used to fish in the old days with the clinker boats. Originally in the beginning with the oars, they used to row out off the beach here, and they used to smash the cob here in the old days. There's some beautiful old photographs, and you know, in the museum of the fishing that they used to do here. But it's like everything else, nothing's like it used to be. Not the garrick that we used to catch, nothing. It's actually crazy to see how much it's changed, even in my lifetime. So yeah, you got to enjoy it while we can. I don't think it's going to get any better, unfortunately. On here with something. There's a nice little reading here. It feels very light though. It probably could be sardinellos. Yep, exactly what I thought. That's a sardinello. These little, they're not really any good. It's nice for bait, but not good for what I'm looking for. I'm looking for something that'll swim behind the boat. I'm just looking for 1 or 2. I think that's probably what I'm seeing on the echo sounder here, these sardinellos. I'll do one down again. We might just struggle. I just want 1 or 2 baits so I can try control for garrick on the way back if we don't get any cob. Depending, it's supposed to be a nice day, windless today, so make use of the whole day hopefully. Nothing happening. I'm just using a little bait caster with sabikis. I'll show you in the footage which sabikis to get. There's tons of sabikis, but there's only one that you want to get. You want to get the little silver one. It's that little one there. Also, they're looking a bit rusted and old. I'll show you on the shop the ones you should get. Yeah, so when it comes to buying sabikis, these are the ones to buy. Yeah, don't go for the multicolored ones. You can buy different hook sizes, but don't go for these multicolored, these mustards like that, or that type of little squid, or those type over there. All those aren't any good. These are the numbers. And all these bigger ones up here, Shakespeare. That's sabiki there. That's the number. Yeah, so if you think you can't catch fish with these sabikis, that's a little red Roman that's taken the sabiki. But I'm going to let him go. It's just a little kid. Some nice readings here. A lot of these juvenile reef fish, which yeah, you don't want to take. I can see there looks like a thermocline on the bottom. There's a little graying area down the bottom here, so yeah, I don't know if the bait story is going to be that good today. I've got a couple of reefs further down that I can go and look at later. I just want to look here because this is generally the best area, the easiest place to get bait. Just looking like slim pickings here. It's amazing. You come here some days and those little cob, these little 30 centimeter cobs are absolutely flat out here. They're a pest. They eat you up. So yeah, you never know what you're gonna get. Yeah, I don't know if you'll be able to see that, but you can see how it's graying out on the bottom here. It's super difficult to show you. I can't see through the lens that well, but you can see there's a layer 12 meters down, and that's your cold water lying on the bottom. So I think that's why this bait's so scarce today. I was expecting it. Right, I think we get down to the bottom and see what the cob are up to. Yeah, it's crazy. When you've been doing this for long enough, you almost know what it's going to be like just by the color of the water and the temperature of the water. You've been here so many times and seen it. It's like you don't get the mackies in that dirty water. The moment the water starts to get a bit of color in it, and especially if it starts to go blue, then you start to get all your mackerel and all your nice bait fish. When it's brown like this, it's really difficult to get decent bait. So yeah, you know before you come out here, which is why I don't come out when I know it's sort of iffy. For those of you wondering what I'm using these Helco CD14s. They rattlers, and I use inline hooks. Yesterday we lost one that I've had for probably 20 years, and they don't make these ones anymore with the orange and the yellow. It's sort of a fire tiger. The last one I've got is this, the blue and white, but this is good for really clean water. The other is better for the dirty water. But I don't have any more of those left, so yeah, I'll pull this today. And I've also got a bigger CD16. I'll try that. It may just have too much resistance though. See, I'm also throwing a paddle tail as well. Like when it's really nice, I can throw a paddle tail when I'm pulling baits. I trust the old Echo Sound. I've had it for absolute ages. Brown, a little bit of swell down here. It normally gets bigger towards the mouth. Yeah, I'm pretty early here. The tide's still pretty high and the swell doesn't look as big as yesterday. But yeah, let's go and have a look. There's a little bank up front here. We're going to give it a try and then work down the beach. Got the head cam on, so there's going to be a bit of movement. Yeah, just setting up quickly. The little bank here, it looks quite nice. Don't troll these very far back. A couple of yards behind. This looks really good here. Going just over the bank here. Might have gone a little bit too far over it. Little blind. I'm actually going to take another turn over there. It looks so nice. Bit of weed in the water. A little bit of weed in the water. I was going to have to check these lures. No way, Jose, not today. You do one turn over those areas. If there's nothing there, you can carry on. Maybe later on the tide's dropped a bit. But worried with this weed in the water. Just time it over the back of this one and we'll go down the bank. Big jellyfish in the water there. Whoopa! Yeah, the banks are spilling open too much still. You need a bit more working water. There's another little hip down there. Look at all these jellyfish. That tells you the water's freezing. That's a typical sign that the water's been very cold. See, most of them are dead. It's obviously the temperature's coming up now. It's only 17.5 down here, so it's come up a degree, a little bit more than a degree from yesterday. But yeah, it's the banks are still a bit deep. I'm hoping I'm going to find a bank that's working up front. There were some better banks up towards the river before these guys get here on the bicycles. I'm sure they're going to be down here today. But yeah, it's the conditions are still not brilliant. The water's still got a very sort of browny green. It's not that great color. But yeah, the cob often don't mind that. So yeah, there was one yesterday. We'll have a look today. Another little hole here. It's not great.
Yeah, the banks on the beach haven't been wonderful this year. It's just a matter of running down the beach, looking for a place where there's working water and working the banks and hoping that you'll run into something.
Hoppa! More jellyfish. Normally they'd be on these spill-offs. Maybe a bit early still. Dolphins jumping out the water here. Come on, jump, boys. Yoo-hoo! Yoo-hoo! They're enjoying it. I can't believe how unlucky we've been today, but there's a lot of weed in the water. The lures keep on getting fouled. Man, and the banks actually aren't that bad, but there's a lot of weed in the water. Every time I bring the lures in, I've got weed on them. So this is the best bank on the beach. I'll come back up the beach to this one. Probably the best on the whole beach. But yeah, will there be a fish? A lot of weed in the water. Really pretty little area right here. Man, if there's nothing here, then you're not going to get anything else. That's unreal. That's beautiful. Shit. That's amazing. That's the problem today. There's too much weed. Oh well. You win some, you lose some, eh? Man, that's been 2 very disappointing days. Lots of a fish yesterday, and then today, I mean, the banks look better than yesterday, but just too much weed. And yeah, sure, but you know what else I can say? I'm actually surprised. I expected something today. That's fishing. Yeah, well, that's how it goes with fishing. Yeah, the conditions they're almost there, but they're not right yet. So yeah, as I say, you can do what you like. If the conditions aren't right, you can stand on your head, but we'll keep trying. It's the big westerly coming this afternoon again. At least the west is starting to blow, so with a bit of luck things will change in the next week or so.
So until the weather and the surf conditions come right, hang in there with us, and come fishing with us next time. Hopefully by then the fish will be back on the bite again, and we've got some nice sunny weather, and we can show you some of these really amazing fish that are available on this coastline. Make sure you subscribe, and we'll catch you next week. Thanks for watching. Ciao for now.